All right. So we are live now. So I'll perform some pranam mantras, and then we can proceed with shloka number 4, 5, and 6 today. Okay. Those who know, please chant after me. Those who don't, try to listen very intently because that is also very, very purifying. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघिते गिरि यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् हरि ओम तत्सत. So as usual, this particular session is actually dedicated to my spiritual grandfather, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I also would like to dedicate this session to my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj, Srila Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. I hope they both are pleased with this humble effort of mine, like whatever I am trying to do from my end. And yeah, with that, we'll start the session today. So we'll read three shlokas today. Let me share my screen. And how many of you will be able to read today? Can you please raise your hands and give me an indication? Okay, Ivana Mataji can do that. Anyone else?
I can also read, Prabhu.
Hari bol. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so Minu Mataji is there, Ivana Mataji is there. Okay, I'll also try, and then we can, three of us can read. Yeah, that's fine. So let me share my screen. So we'll start with Ivana Mataji. Mataji, just please repeat after me, and then you can read the translation and the purport. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Arjun Uvacha
Arjun Uvacha
Katham Bhishmam Aham Sankhe
Katham Bhishmam Aham Sankhe
Dronam Cha Madhusudana
Dronam Cha Madhusudhana
Ishubhi Pratiyotsyami
Ishubhi Pratiyotsyami
Pujar Hava Arisudana.
Pujar Hava Arisudhana.
Read the translation and the purport.
Arjun said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counteract with arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona who are worthy of my worship? Purport. Respectable superiors like Bhishma, the grandfather, and Dronacharya, the teacher, are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counteracted. It is a general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harshly treated. Then how is it possible for Arjun to counteract them? Would Krishna ever attack his own grandfather, Ugrasena, or his teacher, Sthandip, Santipa,
Sandipani Muni.
Sandipani Muni. These were some of the arguments offered by Arjun to Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Yes, so very nice verse. Although the translation and purports were very small, but we have a lot to learn here. Okay, so let me quickly summarize this. So we have seen that Krishna, Arjun, he is pretty adamant that he will not fight. Okay, and also he's giving different arguments, various arguments, right? So four reasons we have already seen what Arjun has given. Okay, that first is that sins will overcome them. Okay, that if they kill their own kinsmen, lack of enjoyment was the another reason. Okay, then third was sins will overcome them, lack of enjoyment. His compassion for his own relatives. Okay, compassion was the third one, and the fourth one was that if they kill their own kinsmen and if the family tradition is destroyed, then this will give rise to Varna Sankara population, or the unwanted progeny. Okay, will be there. So these are the four reasons which Arjun was giving here. Now again, that sort of argument or a friendly discussion between Krishna and Arjun is actually happening. Okay, and Arjun is actually giving various other arguments basically to counter what Krishna is saying. Krishna actually wants him to fight, okay, because he doesn't want him to give up his Kshatriya dharma. He wants him to fight, but Arjun is having little weakness towards his relatives, a little compassion towards his relatives. That is the reason why he is not willing to fight. Okay, so now in this particular verse, we'll see, there are some nice things to analyze, and also one very nice pastime. I will just, try to narrate. So, first thing is that according to Dharma Shastra, now we have seen in the previous verses also that Arjun is, giving lot of references from the Dharma Shastra. Okay, and he's saying that counteracting the superiors even by the word actually causes bondage. So why to get into such a situation? So even by words, if I am going to counteract my seniors, I'll be bound to this material world. What to speak of actually taking up arms against them? Okay, using the weapons against them. So that will be a cause of great sinful reaction, and we will have to spend years and lifetimes after lifetimes in the hellish planetary systems, trying to repay for the sins that we are going to incur by doing this. So Arjun is, very reluctant. Okay, and in this process, just see these small indications that everything is not clearly understood in the Bhagavad Gita if you do not hear it from our acharyas, basically, right? This all the saints, basically, who are great learned philosophers of this Bhagavad Gita, not any other armchair speculators, right, who do different commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita, scholarly people. No, they have to be saints who come in proper Guru Sishya Parampara, and we'll see what are the qualifications of a Guru. Okay, but then only they can show you these kind of they can give you the visibility on these verses, basically, right? So one important thing is here that Arjun is addressing Krishna as Arisudana. Okay, so Arisudana means that this was a name given to Krishna because Krishna injures only his enemies. Okay, and he is very, very kind, basically, Krishna. Like whoever just surrenders unto him, he simply just takes care of that person, because Krishna is neutral. Like he does not discriminate between a good person or a bad person or anything. No one is very dear to Krishna, or neither Krishna hates anyone. Okay, he knows that everyone is his is the spirit soul, basically, and everyone is his part and parcel, right? So he has equal vision on all of the spirit souls. So anyone who takes shelter of Krishna, he is very kind to that person. Okay, and therefore he injures only the enemies, and by by injuring the enemies, basically he is actually, it's a benediction for the people, right? Because those people who are killed by Krishna's hands, they immediately attain the Brahmajyoti, or they immediately get the mukti from this material existence. Okay, so Arisudana means one who only injures the enemies. Okay, and Arjun is arguing, "Oh Arisudana," he's addressing Krishna as "Oh Arisudana." That means he is deliberately actually, trying to argue without speaking it directly, that how can you ask me to counter my superior, with arrows? Since you are killer of only since you are the killer of only your enemies, will you be ever comfortable in taking up arms against your own grandfather Ugrasena or your own, teacher Sandipni Muni? But you are asking me to do the same, right? You are asking me to take up arms against my grandfather Bhishma and my teacher Dronacharya, right? So in this way, like he is just giving a, what to say, an indirect reference by calling him Arisudana, and this is what he wants to tell Krishna. Okay, this is the what to say, an argument he wants to, present before Krishna. And we'll see these all arguments are invalid in due course of time. But right now, Arjuna is trying his best basically to give every possible argument. Okay, so and also you see that in this verse and in also in some of the previous verses, he is Krishna is actually referred as Madhusudana. That means killer of the Madhu demon. Okay, so this is a very nice pastime that I'd like to narrate. So it so happened that it was during the beginning of this creation, and who is the secondary creator? It's Lord Brahma, basically. So Lord Brahma gets all the knowledge from Krishna himself, right? And he performs a meditation for a very prolonged period of time, and then he gets all the knowledge to create this material universe, okay, material world, basically. So during that time, two demons actually, appeared, okay, and they wanted to steal all the four Vedas. Okay, they went for the four Vedas, and when Lord Brahma tried to stop them, they went after him to kill him. Actually, okay, so Lord Brahma got very afraid that okay, now these guys are, and they were very very powerful demons, mind you. Okay, not someone to be killed very easily. So Lord Brahma immediately, fled from his place and just took the shelter of Lord Vishnu, and just said that okay, prayed to him that please, save me from these two demons, okay, Madhu and Katab. So after Lord Brahma offered some nice prayers to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu woke up from his yoga nidra, and then he started fighting with those demons. Okay, and he fought with both of them for 5,000 years. Just imagine 5,000 years, and with effortlessly, without any weapons, just hand to hand, combat between these the two demons and Lord Vishnu. And actually, he was enjoying that. With a smile on his face, he was actually fighting for 5,000 years, right? So, and eventually after that, he killed both the demons, Madhu and Katava, and since then, he got this name Madhusudana, okay, because he killed the Madhu demon. So this is a great learning for all those people, like, who are Dhongi Babas who try to claim that they are the incarnation of Krishna or, Vishnu or, they are God, basically, okay? That this is what God can do. Right? Effortlessly, he fought with those two powerful demons for 5,000 years, right? Did a Bahu Yudh with them. Like, it's a kind of a, what to say, hand-to-hand wrestling match kind of thing. Like serious fight he actually did with them. And that too effortlessly without even, like a sign of fatigue on his body. He was smiling throughout, he was enjoying, like sometimes Krishna, needs some entertainment, right? So this is a kind of entertainment for him, basically, right? So this is how, this is what God is. This is what Krishna can do. And we have seen that Bhagwan, we addressed him as Bhagwan in the previous verses when we were discussing. That means no one can come equal to, or no one can be equal to, or greater than Krishna or Bhagwan. Okay, this is God for you. So those people who claim that they are the incarnations, just ask them that okay, you don't have to get into a real fight. You just do a play wrestling with someone, for 15 minutes. Forget about 5,000 years. Right? Will you be able to do it 15 minutes without getting exhausted? That person will be completely exhausted in 15, 20 minutes, right? So this is our position. And the position of Bhagwan is that he can do that effortlessly for 5,000 years, right? 5,000 years, not just 1 or 2 years, okay? Whereas we struggle to do that for even, say, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, right? So this is, what Bhagwan can do, and this is how Krishna got the name Madhusudana, okay? So another very nice, learning that we can get, which is there in the purport itself, and what it says is, I just read it from here. respectable superiors like Bhishma or the grandfather and the Dronacharya teacher are always worshipable. Okay, even if they attack, they should not be counter-attacked. Even they should not be offered any verbal fight. Okay, and this is the reason why our Vedic culture was so rich. We have such a rich cultural heritage. Okay, yes, today it maybe the situation might be that people have started living in nuclear families, so slowly we are actually moving away from these moral values which are there. Okay, but the reason why our entire culture flourished so nicely was because this particular etiquette was followed in each and every household. Okay, that the elders were respected. Whatever they used to do, it was whatever they used to say was actually followed. Even if they were sometimes harsh on the younger ones, no one actually offered any resistance to them. Okay, out of the respect. So, but just see today, like we have since we have moved from joint families to nuclear families, what has happened? Like people are losing respect for each other. So we have seen instances where children are actually leaving their parents in the old age homes, or just leaving them just like that on the streets. What to speak of showing them some respect and treating them nicely. Okay, so it is all the evil effect of Kali Yuga which is happening, which unfortunately will grow in the due course of time. So the only way to save ourselves from this evil effect of Kali Yuga is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If we stick to this chanting, then all the good qualities within us will automatically manifest. Okay, so this is a very nice learning which we can take away from this verse. And now we will move to the next one. Yes. I think Sindhu Mataji said you can read, right, Mataji? Sindhu Mataji was there or Meenu Mataji was there?
I was there, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Meenu Mataji, okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
My bad. Yeah, just please try to repeat. Would you like to read yourself, Mataji, or shall I help you here?
Prabhuji, I can try, but I'm not very good at it.
No problem, Mataji. You try. That is the main thing. Yeah.
Gurun hatva hi mahanubhava shreyo bhokto bhakshyam pihaloke hatvartha kamastu gurun eva bhunjitya bhogan rudra. Prabhuji, sorry. I think you read, I will repeat.
Guruna hatva hi mahanubhavan
Gurun ahatvani mahanubhavan
shreyo bhoktum bhaksham apihaloke
shreyo bhuktum apithaloke
hatvartha kamanstu guru niheva
atvartha kamastu kuru ehiva
bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pradigdhan
bhunjeya bhogan rudrira
pradigdha.
pradigdha.
Okay, so you can read the translation and the purport, Mataji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood. Purport. I'll read purport, Prabhu.
Yes, please go ahead. Complete the purport.
Yeah, according to scriptural codes, the teacher who engages in an abominable action and has lost his sense of discrimination is fit to be abandoned. Bhishma and Drona were obliged to take the side of the Duryodhana because of his financial assistance. Although they should not have accepted such a position simply on financial consideration, under the circumstances, they have lost the respectability of teacher. But Arjun thinks that nevertheless they remain his superior, and therefore the material benefit after killing them would mean to enjoy spoils tainted with blood.
It's blood. Another very nice verse we will see, in detail. Like we will see some qualities of Arjun. That what actually set him apart, basically, and what is basically Arjun and or any other devotee for that matter. What are the qualities of such a person? Okay. In short, we'll see. Although these qualities will be discussed later, by Krishna himself in the Bhagavad Gita, but this is just, a starting point for all of us. Okay, so Arjun says that it's better to live by begging instead of, killing my superiors, or instead of fighting with them. Okay, because in this life, he says that, okay, Krishna, like in this life, maybe, I may face infamy. Okay, people may say that, okay, a Kshatriya, like, he was a Kshatriya and he fled from the battlefield, right? Showing his back to the enemies, right? So that is a very, what to say, uh, humiliating thing for a Kshatriya, basically, right? Kshatriyas were not supposed to do that. It was basically running away from your prescribed duties, okay? But Arjun is ready to take the repercussions or the reactions, or he is ready to face the infamy because of this kind of action. And he says the reason what he gives is that, okay, I will face the infamy, I will face a lot of criticism, but then that will be just for this lifetime, okay? And at least it will not cause any impediment for me in the next lifetime. Okay, I mean, I will not have to go to the hellish planetary system, suffer there, lifetimes after lifetimes, and suffering in hell is, mind you, like, it's beyond description. Okay, so that is why Arjun was actually, every time he was laying stress on that sins will overcome us and all these things. Okay, but he's saying that, okay, fine, that I'll have to face criticism, I'll have to face this infamy, but at least this will not be an impediment for the future life or the next life for me. Okay, I'll not have to go to the hellish planetary systems for committing such a heinous act. So, but Krishna is continuously stressing that, okay, no, you will have to reject them. Okay, and here very nicely, what Prabhupada is, giving us in the purport, that under what circumstances a guru or a senior can be rejected. Okay, so there are three, like instances where three conditions which Krishna is actually citing, or rather Srila Prabhupada is actually telling us in the purport, three conditions under which a guru or a superior can be rejected. Okay, first one is that when he or she is proud. Okay, so then they just lose their position. So pride is the first thing. Second is if a guru is not able to discriminate between what is right and what is wrong. If that sense of discrimination is not there, then that position, like you can reject the guru, basically. Okay, and if the guru is breaking the four regulative principles, or basically he is addicted to some sinful activities, okay, and is doing that like fearlessly, then that person can be rejected as a guru. Okay, and we'll see how this the personalities like Bhishma and Dronacharya, they were actually, performing all these three activities. And therefore, Krishna was saying that, because, okay, they have done enough, like they've committed enough acts to be rejected as gurus and as superiors. So why are you so attached to them? Okay, this is what Krishna's, argument was. So Krishna says that Bhishmas and others have become very proud in the association of Duryodhana. Okay. Secondly, they had lost the power to discriminate between right and wrong, dharma and adharma. Okay, the very fact that both of them kept quiet when Draupadi was being distrobed in the the courtroom of Hastinapur, that means that they had lost their capability to discriminate between what was right and what was wrong. Okay, even after knowing that Pandavas had always been given a raw deal and Kauravas were continuously cheating, they had tried to kill the Pandavas, they still opted to take the side of Duryodhan in this Kurukshetra war. Okay, that means they had lost the power to discriminate between the dharma and adharma. They very well knew who was on the side of dharma, and they very well knew who was on the side of adharma. Still, with that complete knowledge, they opted to fight by Duryodhana's side. That means that discrimination they had lost. So they had become very proud in the association of Duryodhan. They had lost their discrimination, to between what is right and what is wrong. Okay, so basically, So these two conditions they had, like already qualified, satisfied. And then finally, they were addicted to sinful activities because they were very greedy. They had become very greedy for wealth that they were, to an extent that they were ready to kill their family member. Okay, they had opted to come, fight the Pandavas in this battlefield of Kurukshetra. That means they had become very greedy for the wealth that Duryodhana was giving to them, right? And what Prabhupada is saying in the purport that if any person, any guru or any superior has any of these three qualities, then they can be rejected. So what to speak of these people? They had all of these three qualities. Okay. So Krishna is saying that reject them. They are not worthy of being called as superiors, or they are not worthy of being called as gurus. Okay. But Arjun encounters that, oh, Krishna, look at Bhishma, right? Bhishma is an Akhanda Brahmachari. Like since from his childhood, like youth, like he had taken a vow of being a celibate throughout his life. Okay. So he is an Akhanda Brahmachari, and he also has Iksha Mrityu, right? That he can die according to his own will, basically. Okay. So in this way, Bhishma had conquered both lust and time. So Arjun's argument is that such a person who has conquered both lust and time is a Mahanubhav, is someone who is to be worshipped, actually. Okay, how can I even think of killing that person? And yes, whatever, if you just consider the achievements of Bhishma, that he's a Akhand Brahmachari and he is also having an Iksha Mrityu, and like he's a great stalwart of Hastinapur, all these small mistakes in comparison to his achievements can be neglected. Okay, so that is what Arjun was actually saying Krishna and trying to argue that okay, let me not kill them, let me just go and beg for a living. Okay, but then begging is again like very unlikely for a Kshatriya. Okay, so basically, this was very, what to say, very uh, poor situation in which Arjun was, basically, right? His mindset had lost his mind completely, basically, and Krishna was trying to motivate him. And, in the Mahabharata also, there has been an instance where Bhishma is personally actually telling this Yudhishthir, Maharaj Yudhishthir, that this world is actually this world is bound by wealth, but wealth is something which is not bound by anyone. Okay, so O Yudhishthir, I am also bound by Duryodhana's wealth. Okay, so this is what the statement which actually Bhishma is making in Mahabharata. So this is what Krishna is actually referring to, that okay, if such a person, you are calling him a Mahanubhav, you are calling him that person is to be worshipped. But just look what kind of a person he is. He has just sold himself for what? For wealth. Okay. And he's ready to kill all the Pandavas. So what are you waiting for? Okay. So this is what Krishna is telling him. Okay. But finally, Arjun, when he's saying that, when Krishna is countering all his arguments, so he's just, saying ultimately that, okay, even if we take up the arms and even if we go ahead and kill them in this battle, still the enjoyment of the kingdom will be tainted with blood. Okay, that we will be like, it will be tainted with blood. Basically, we have killed them and we are enjoying. So this is not a very right thing to do, actually. So these are some of the reasons what Arjun has, is presenting before Krishna for not fighting, and he always wants to. Till now, like he's giving some arguments, and very soon he's going to surrender to Krishna. Okay, and then we will get the exact Bhagavad Gita that we know of. Okay, so we'll just see the one more sloka for today, and then we can close this session. But yeah, let me share my screen and. So 2.6 goes something like this. न चैतद्विद्मः करतन्नु गरीयो यद्वा जयेम यदि वा नु जयेयुः यानेव हत्वा न जीजीविषामस्तेव स्थितः प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्रः. Which means, nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, we should not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us in the battlefield. Okay. So the purport, Arjun did not know whether he should fight at the risk unnecessary violence, although fighting is the duty of a Kshatriya, or whether he should refrain and live by begging. If he did not conquer the enemy, begging would be his only means of subsistence. Nor was there any certainty of victory, because either side might emerge victorious. Even if victory awaited them and their cause was justified, still, if the sons of Dhritarashtra died in the battle, it would be very difficult to live in their absence. Under the circumstances, that would be another kind of defeat for them. All these considerations by Arjun definitely prove that not only he was a great devotee of the Lord, but he was also highly enlightened and had complete control over his mind and senses. He desired to live by begging, although he was born in a royal household, is another sign of detachment. He was truly virtuous, as these qualities combined with his faith in the words of instructions of Sri Krishna, his spiritual master, indicate. It is concluded that Arjun was quite fit for liberation. Unless the senses are controlled, there is no chance of elevation to the platform of knowledge. Without knowledge and without devotion, there is no chance of liberation. Arjun was competent in all these attributes over and above his enormous attributes in the material relationships. So yes, very nice purport and very nice shloka. So we'll just try to analyze this. So in this particular shloka, Arjun gives the fifth reason for not fighting. So far, we have seen the four reasons which Arjuna gives. Okay, first one was that his compassion towards his relatives. Okay, that he was very compassionate, so he was not ready to kill them. Second, sins will overcome him. Okay, if they kill the own kinsmen, then the sins will overcome them, and the sinful reactions they will have to suffer lifetimes after lifetimes in the hellish planetary systems. Okay, so that was the second reason. Third reason for not fighting was lack of enjoyment. That if all of these people are killed, then with whom will enjoy? That was the argument which Arjuna was actually, putting forward. And finally, he said that if in this battle, like if all the family members are, dead or killed, basically, then the family traditions will be destroyed. The irresponsible men will pollute women and women of our family, and then finally, with that unwanted progeny, or what is known as Varna Shankara, they will emerge, and this whole society will be completely destroyed. Okay, so these were the four reasons which Arjun was giving. But then this is the fifth reason now he is giving, and this fifth reason was his indecisiveness. Okay, that whether we should conquer them or whether we should get conquered by them. Okay, so this was the indecisiveness in the mind of Arjun, and this was the fifth reason for not fighting. Okay, so he's saying that even if we kill them, there will be no desire in me to live actually. So this is the qualification, what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport, that which proves that Arjun was a very pure devotee of the Lord. Okay, this kind-heartedness, this soft-heartedness can be there only within a devotee. Okay, only a devotees can understand what is right and what is wrong, and then they can take that decision. Okay, they also feel. It is said that a Vaishnava is par dukkha dukhi. Okay, that means by seeing the distress of others, they become sad, basically, the Vaishnavas. So this is what Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport. Okay, that Arjun says that if we get into this fight, and even if victory comes to us, still we will be defeated. Why? Because of the results. Okay, that means even if we win, I'll have no desire to enjoy this victory, and I will have no desire to live. Okay, so this is the very important thing what Arjun is saying, and then Srila Prabhupada is putting more stress that this what are the qualities of a devotee. And we have seen in the Bhagavad Gita chapter number 1 verse number 32 that how Arjun is actually has no, between from 32 to 35 actually he has shown that that he has no desire for this entire kingdom, right? He says kimno rajyena govinda kim bhogar jivitena va vitha marthe kankshitam no rajyam bhoga sukhanicha. Okay, this is what he says in the verse number 32 of the first chapter. And in verse number 35, he says, Api trailokya rajyasya heto kingnu mahikrite nihatya dhatrashtrana ka priti sya janardana. Okay, so I'll just read out the translation which is there, right? He says, Oh Govinda, what of what avail to us are the kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed in the battlefield? That means all that we do, what Arjun is saying, that in this material life we try to amass a lot of wealth or lot of material comforts. For whom? For our family members only. But what if those family members are standing against you in the battlefield? Then what is the use of all these riches and all the opulence that we have? Okay, this is what Arjun was saying. Okay, and then finally he is saying, I am not prepared to fight with them even in exchange of the three worlds, let alone earth. What pleasure will I derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? That means he's ready to let go of this entire kingdom, not of this earth, but of all the three planetary systems. And he's saying that, okay, oh Krishna, I don't want to fight, I don't want to kill them. So this is what Prabhupada is saying, that these are the signs of a complete detachment, okay? And these are the signs of a pure devotee. So a pure devotee has three qualities, basically, and these are the qualities which we need to have in order to understand the Bhagavad Gita or any other Vedic scripture for that matter, okay? If we try to read any scripture in a challenging mood, okay, that let's see what it was written there, okay, or if we are not in the right mood, if we are not devoted to Krishna, then it's very, very difficult to understand the Bhagavad Gita and the other Vedic literatures. But Arjun had all the three qualities. What are these three qualities? Detachment, which is known as uprati. Okay. Second is the tolerance, titiksha, and finally Shraddha or faith. Okay. So Shraddha or faith we'll see in the next session. But here we can see that he had this detachment and tolerance. And in Kshatriya, mind you, these two qualities are not found very easily. Tolerance and detachment are not a Kshatriya's cup of tea. Okay. They are always eager to fight. So they, they are looking for reasons for fighting. And detachment, so obviously they are the rulers, they are the ruling class. So, obviously they are enjoying materially. Okay. Material enjoyment is a part of uh, what they do, basically, right? So detachment and tolerance is not something which comes to a Kshatriya very easily. But here we can see that these two qualities were very abundantly present in Arjun. Okay, that is the reason why he was very qualified to basically understand the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, and what learning can we derive from this verse? So here Prabhupada mentions in the purport that unless the senses are controlled, there is no chance for elevation to the platform of knowledge. Without knowledge, there is no devotion and there is no chance for liberation. Right? That means in order to perform any spiritual activity, first and foremost thing is that our senses should be controlled. Okay? The reason why we do not see any spiritual practices, taking place seriously in this age of Kali Yuga is because our senses are completely uncontrolled. Okay, it has completely gone for a toss. We are only indulging in sense gratification. Okay, there is no control whatsoever, whether it's TV, addiction to TV, whether it's addiction to social media, whether it's addiction to any, what to say, intoxicants, whether it's addiction to illicit relationships or anything you just take. Okay, like our senses are completely uncontrolled in this age of Kali Yuga, and that is the reason why we struggle so much even to chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? So try and ask people around you whether you read Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita hai ghar mein, but no, I don't want to. Abhi time nahi hai hamare paas, right? Similarly, same thing goes for chanting also. कि कौन बैठ करके chanting करेगा यहाँ पे? Just it takes hardly 7.5 minutes, but people are not even willing to invest that much of amount also there. Okay, so this is the situation, and the only reason behind this is our uncontrolled senses. Okay, we just eat whatever we want, we drink whatever we want. It's just my life, my way, my rules. Okay, this is the what to say motto of Kali Yuga, and this is the reason why we all are struggling here today. Okay. So what Srila Prabhupada says that since senses are not controlled, what will happen? There will be no knowledge, and when knowledge is not there, then obviously liberation will not be there. Okay, that means when liberation is not there, that means there is no breaking of life and death, the cycle of life and death. That means our human life, the perfection of human life will not be attained, and we'll be simply wasting away this human form of life that we have got, just like living like cats and dogs. Okay? So this is what Prabhupada stressed so much on, that this human life is rare. Okay, there are 84 lakh species of life, and out of which the rarest form is this human life, because in this human life you can take the decision, that what is right and what is wrong, you can ask the right questions. Okay, who am I? Who is God? What is my relationship with God? Okay, why do I get old when I don't want to? Why do I have to die when I don't want to? Why do I have to fall ill when I don't want to? What is the solution to these problems? Okay, so these are the things that with only spirit soul in a human body can do. In animal body, I mean, we cannot do much actually. Okay, so perfecting the human life is very, very important, and only way that it can be done in this age of Kali Yuga is by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, basically engaging your tongue in and all your senses basically, and it all starts from tongue. So engaging all your senses in the service of Krishna. Okay, and so the very important and very nice thing that what we follow here at ISKCON is what we call as ABCD of ISKCON. Okay, so if we are performing this ABCD, then automatically all our senses will be controlled. We will be actually utilizing all our senses in the service of Krishna. So what does A stands for? A stands for Association of Devotees. Okay. B means Bhagavad Gita, reading the Bhagavad Gita every day. C means chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And D stands for diet. Okay, we eat only Krishna Prasad. Whatever we cook, we first offer to Krishna, and then we accept that as a prasadam. If we are following this ABCD of ISKCON, then we will be engaging all our senses in the service of Krishna, and we will be purifying our existence, and ultimately we will be perfecting our human life. So with that, I would like to pause here, and I'll try to maybe prepare some more verses for the next session, but let's see how much time I get. If time permits, I'll definitely do that. Otherwise, we'll see next 3 verses only. Okay. Are there any questions? I would like to open the platform for questions, and then we can take it from there.
Prabhuji, I have one question.
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
You told the conditions in which a guru should not be respected, or the guru should not be considered a guru.
Yeah, correct.
If you see in Kali Yuga, like all our teachers at school or anywhere you go, everyone teaches for money. So everyone's greedy. Then how do you consider them a guru?
Yes. So I mean, being greedy and earning a living, okay, just to fulfill your necessity. These are 2 different things, Mataji, right? So, say as a software engineer, I'm also earning something, okay. But if my ambition is that I should work very hard. I don't care how I'm earning that money, whether I'm writing software for a good company, or maybe I'm making some illegal software or whatever. Okay, but I just want some more money so that I can have a big palatial house. I can have a few luxury cars, and I can have so many servants at my disposal at any given point of time. So that is greed, actually. Okay, so there's a difference that, okay, if I'm earning a living by working hard, and my means are honest and humble, then it's fine. I mean, because that is also important. Survival is also important, and for survival you need some money, right? But then when you stop caring about the means by which you are trying to earn money, then it transforms into greed, and such a thing can be should be completely avoided. And if a person is indulging into such activities, then they cannot be accepted as superiors or as spiritual masters. Okay, so a very nice verse is there in Nectar of Instructions. Okay, which goes something like this: Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha jan sangascha lolyamcha shadbhir bhakti vinashyati. That means there are 6 things which actually destroy your bhakti, or which destroy your progress on the path of devotional service. What are those 6 things? Atyahara. So atyahara means either eating too much or accumulating more than necessary, more wealth than necessary. Okay, that is very important, and this is actually what is considered as greed. Prayasascha, endeavoring too much, for mundane things. Okay. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpa. Prajalpa means gossiping. Okay. So if you are indulging in a lot of gossiping, then it will ultimately destroy your devotional service, all the devotional practices. Okay. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha. Okay. Niyamagraha means following certain rules and regulations, the rules and regulations which have been mentioned in the scriptures, just for the sake of following them without understanding or not following them at all. Okay, so this is Niyamagraha. Jan Sangasha, that means association of material minded people. Okay, and discussing all those mundane topics with them. Then automatically your bhakti will be also destroyed. Okay, and Lolyam Cha. Lolyam means again greed. Okay, so these are the 6 things which will destroy. So that is the difference between greed and the necessity, Mataji. So your necessity and your desires, one has to be very judicious in actually selecting the two, whether I need it or I want it. Most of the times when we go for the want, then that ultimately comes as a luxury. Okay, so you just see it yourself, like all the things that we buy in our day-to-day life. Okay, they are actually bought on emotional basis in the impulse. Okay, I was just browsing through Amazon or maybe what I don't know, MNS, whatever what was there, and just I found something very nice, and then I just went ahead and bought it. Correct? Did you actually need it? Did you pause there? Did you ask that question to yourself that, okay, do I need this, or I am just buying it because I like it, right? So that is the, so if the teachers are doing it in the right mood, that, okay, for earning and to maintain a family, I have to earn something, and they are doing it in the right way, then it's good. But if the idea is to just, I don't care whether the student is understanding or not, or rather I'll deliberately teach, badly in the class so that they come to me for private tuitions and all those things, then that is a greed, and then, such a person should be like rejected at that point of time. Yeah. Did I answer your question, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, Sindhu Mataji, please go ahead.
Prabhuji, could you please explain the A, B, C, D you told, no? A and B in
Yeah,
ISKCON.
sure. That is one of my favorites. That was, this mantra was given to me by my Siksha Guru when I first came to ISKCON. So it's very, very close to my heart, actually. So ABCD, like A stands for Association of Devotees. Okay, that means Sadhu Sangha. Okay, भक्तों का संग करें जहां तक संभव हो सके. So every Sunday, like we have a nice Sunday feast at our center, all ISKCON centers basically all over India, all over the world. Okay, so every Sunday you can just walk in, and you can associate with the devotees, away from your day-to-day material life or the tensions and problems of the material life. Just those few hours that you spend there will be very, very blissful. Okay, so always try to associate with the devotees. The most important thing about association of devotees is that devotees will not allow you to deviate from the path of bhakti at any point of time, right? Even if some material minded people, or maybe your office or environment, the work culture that you have to associate with different kinds of material minded people, right? And they may give you all sorts of gyan, okay, that kya rakha hai ye sab cheezon mein, itni kam age mein tum kaise aa gaye, and all those nonsensical things that you will hear, okay, from them. Okay, so devotees or the devotee community is something that will keep you on track, that in spite of all these things that you hear each and every day for maybe 5 days, in a week, the last 2 days during the weekends, they will just bring you back on track. Okay, even if you want to like deviate away from the path of bhakti. So devotee association is very, very important. Okay, that is the A. Second is B. That means reading the Bhagavad Gita. E means Bhagavad Gita. So you read the Bhagavad Gita every day. Even you just sit with the entire family, okay, together. And even if you are not able to read the Sanskrit verses, okay, just read the translation and the purport of Bhagavad Gita as it is. Okay, even one shloka a day would be good enough. Okay, I mean, if you can spare more time, nothing better than that. But if you really are having constraint of time, and you just cannot afford to maybe spend 30 minutes, then fine, maybe spend 15 minutes. If not 15 minutes, then 10 minutes. If not 10 minutes, then just 5 minutes. Okay, so Prabhupada used to say that even if a person reads one letter of the Bhagavad Gita as it is, or the Krishna book, that person is actually a liberated soul. Okay, so this is how important reading the scriptures is. Okay, so we have to read the Bhagavad Gita every day. Make it a point. Even if it's one shloka a day, that's fine. But just sit with your entire family and ask them to read, or you read yourself. Okay, so A, B. Then C is chanting. We all know chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then finally, fourth is D. That means D stands for diet. Diet means we eat only Krishna Prasad. Okay. Eating Krishna Prasadam is not a problem. Like you can just go to any of these con centers. We do not have any dearth of prasadam. We just like to feed people very nicely. Okay, so it's always there. But eating only Krishna Prasadam is a challenge. Okay, just try whatever you can. Okay, I mean, it's not that in that process you go on offending people around you. But what my Siksha Guru taught me that sometimes a lot of people ask this question that Prabhuji, since we are householders or grihasthas, we also have a family, right? And we, for family, like when we are maintaining a family, we have to maintain the secondary relationships also. Okay, relationships are also there in the family. That means we have to attend certain functions, which family functions, maybe like a marriage or I don't know, an engagement, some annaprashan or something. Those many things are there. So what can be done in such a scenario? Or maybe if we are visiting our hometown and some family members calls us over to their place, okay, and then we just go and it's very awkward to say that okay, I don't want to eat anything because I cannot eat anything because I'm following ISKCON and I've given up onion and garlic and all those things. So, in such a situation, what to do? This is a very common question that has been asked to us. But then, what my Siksha Guru told me that people who actually care for you, who actually love you, okay, they will understand on what path you are, and they will understand your feelings and sentiments, and they will not force you to do that. Okay, if someone is actually forcing you to do something, in spite of their full knowledge that okay, these things are prohibited, on the path of bhakti, then that person is not your genuine well-wisher. Okay, so you have to take a call, but then basically try your best from your end to eat only Krishna Prasad and try to avoid unnecessary things, like until unless it's absolutely necessary, do not consume that. So these are the 4 ABCDs of ISKCON. If we try to follow all these 4 ABCDs regularly, religiously, then I think all our senses will get automatically controlled. Okay, it's just a matter of time. So it's very, very important aspect of ISKCON, and this is what we try to convey, especially to the newcomers. Basically, try to follow the ABCD of ISKCON to the maximum extent possible. Yeah. Okay. Did I answer the question, Mataji?
Yes, Guruji. One more thing.
Yes.
How many times we should one round of chanting you told? So it's how many times?
Sorry, I didn't get that. Mataji, one round of chanting.
You just told no one round of chanting Mahamantra. How that is how many times?
That is 108 times, Mataji. One round means
108.
so. Yeah, 108. So if you go to your nearest ISKCON center, so we also have a gift shop in almost all these ISKCON centers. Okay. So in the gift shop, you can get the bead bag and the chanting beads, Japmala and the Japa bag. You can also order it online if you don't have it. I will send you the link. Okay. So if you order it online, you will get it in maybe 1 week or 2 weeks time because it is dispatched through speed post. Okay. Takes many days. But yeah, the beads that come, they come with 108. So the choice of bead is yours. Like if you are starting right now, then it's better that you go with the ISKCON Japmala because it's very nicely made and very smooth also, very smooth on hands. So it's good. The quality is very good. Otherwise, you can chant on any beads of your choice. Till you get initiated. At the time of initiation, your spiritual master will give you a set of beads. Then you will have to chant on that set only. But before that, like it's up to you. You can chant on any beads of your choice.
For me, ISKCON HBR layout is nearby.
Yeah. The Narasimha Giridhari Mandir is a very beautiful temple, Mataji. I think
I have gone. I'll keep going.
Yeah, I miss going there because that is one of my favorite places. I have been there a couple of times. My initiation took place over there. So it has a very special place in my yeah.
It is
But
hardly 1 kilometer from my house.
yeah, you're very lucky, Mataji. See, I am just planning that someday I'll visit that place with my family, but it's so far away from my house that like going there is a challenge early morning. So
Oh,
yeah, but let's see, like, by Krishna's mercy, I hope that I'll visit with them sometime.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll definitely go there, Mataji. I think there are so many good devotees there, and
No, I go there. Only thing I'm not a part of that group. That's all. But
okay.
otherwise, I go and pray there. That's all. But I like to be in this Kannamangala, yeah,
It's fine,
online
Mataji.
class.
Yes, entire ISKCON is one big family. You can just, in any part of the world you are, you just go to your nearest temple, nearest center, right? That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Correct.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you so much then. Like, we'll connect again next week, hopefully, if I'm not occupied in some other works. But yes, I'll try my best, and we'll see how many verses we can cover. Maybe 5, maybe 3. But yes, if the time permits, then I'll try to cover more. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.